We took some of the comments from some of our viewers, which you were going to respond to. Maybe you can do that now.
Yeah. So let's start with the civic education component, as mentioned by one of the contributors. I think that's a good initiative. I'm aware that the National Orientation Agency is putting together a certain intervention that will probably address that. The idea is to have at both the primary and secondary school level, and probably even at the university level, certain elements of courses that would, as when we're growing up, for instance, social studies, then I think at the university level it was, I've forgotten the name of the course, but it's a 101 that every fresher in the university
I've forgotten myself all the age.
is meant to take, and it was a compulsory course.
Yes.
So you take it, and it reminds you.
It's a 4-unit course.
Your civic responsibilities. So I agree totally with the contributor. I think the current crop of youths that are coming up have not benefited.
We used to have man o' war then in schools then.
So those are all aspects that could help. Man o' war is still in existence, but how well it has integrated into our systems, I'm not sure of that. So again, I agree, and I'm hoping National Orientation Agency, one of what has come out clearly is that the Ministry of Education does not need to reinvent the wheel. Or in this instance, the Ministry of Finance, as you know, ridiculous that this sounds, must not reinvent the wheel. Some of these things can be done by sister ministries. This, as an example, is something that the Ministry of Education can drive, but with the support of Ministry of Information. If National Orientation Agency already has an intervention, then embrace it and just see how you can make it functional for your own purposes. The second component regarding how members of the community can join the Safe School initiative.
Individuals and communities.
So the school-based security management committees, the way it's envisaged, it's going to have membership from different components, including families, including PTA representatives. So I'm calling on first the Ministry of Education, but also the civil defense. Civil defense has a platform for, as it were, managing private security companies. I wish they were here to defend this, but they're not here. Available records show that the special squad that they should have created to support protection of schools under the Safe School initiative only has 1,050 personnel.
Wow.
I repeat, 1,050.
Across the country. That's grossly inadequate.
Inadequate. So again, back to we don't need to reinvent the wheel. If that is the supervisory body for private guard companies, why wouldn't they incorporate private guard companies into that squad to support them in protecting schools? And then this competition that I'm seeing between them and the police, because the police too went to create its own squad for protecting schools. I don't think that's necessary. They should work together. I don't know the number of personnel that the police is dedicating to that. But like I said, if we have private guard companies that are numbering almost about 3 million, let them incorporate them into that system. Come up with a standard. Once any private guard company meets that standard, then they incorporate it into that program, so that in a very short time we'll have enough numbers. There are other organizations that can also support. The Legion, they call them, the
Legion of old,
exactly,
retired officers.
So they're also there. I know they're a little bit aged, but these days you see very young persons in the
and we're not making very good use of them.
Exactly. So I'm not sure which ministry is supervising this particular initiative, but those are areas that we can quickly pull from, and so that we have a reasonable number of operatives that we could deploy to support this purpose. But to the writer's question, there are platforms that parents and Nigerians can contribute to. The most visible one is this school-based management committees.
Okay.